Hi there and welcome back to EU4, to Persia, where good Shahanshah Pirbudak II of Qara Qoyunlu is seeing out his days as a martial educator. He has won greatly against Khorasan. That doesn't exist anymore, by the way, now. It has been eaten up by Afghanistan. All in all, we're doing quite okay as a former Qara Qoyunlu. And you can see that the Mamluks are actually now... They're going further west and the Ottomans are following them, which is kind of scary. Then we've got Denmark, which is really, really terribly big, and yeah, all kinds of other things going on. Among them, a giant Russia, like the size of today's Russia, maybe. Around that. We're going to look at these provinces and the autonomy changes here in Kerman and around these cities. We're just looking around if it's already going down enough. Like we've got the institution spread here, which is absolutely needed. Then we have the Isfahans. They have monthly autonomy change. Look at that. Isfahan is such a great state. It's also the traditional Persian capital, which we haven't accepted because of Tabriz being so good already. And yeah, we can see that the autonomy is 25 here still because it's been granted to the Ulema for now. The rest of the state of Isfahan has autonomy going down like a bit. It's good, so we can still keep that. Then we have, I think in Khuzestan, we have the institution spread. In Farzistan, we have autonomy change. I just want to check the autonomy change from time to time because it would be a waste if it didn't do anything anymore. Like here in Kars. We have Guria, Kars and Otlu. Oltu, I mean. We would like to change this. It's also prosperous here, and yeah, the question is what to do here. I mean, we have low development. Everything is not like very special. Just about what could we do here? We could protect trade, but that wouldn't bring us much. Encourage development. Probably not that much. I mean, we could look at the institutions. Institutions global trade is coming in here. And this means we should probably further the advancement efforts here. And we can embrace actually colonialism now, which would help us a lot. But I want to do that only before taking a technology. But it might be time for that, to be honest. Really might be time, and then we'll have to wait a little bit. Though we really wanted to, because he's so old, right? He's conservative, but his Shahzadeh, when he takes over, he'll be a progressive one, probably. And so we'd rather have the Shahanshah Pirbudak II sit out this. Like, it wouldn't make sense from the roleplay that he's not such a progressive guy. Taking over at this age, doing the things as they traditionally were. And he's just seeing this out and spreading like the usual way, not with an extra boost. He just wants to look at the trade center policies and things like that, because he's such a good diplomatic skill that he really wants to know that. And we can see that we're transferring trade power here, which we really shouldn't do. We could definitely recall the merchant here and probably gain more then, as this is our trade node and we have Najaf. You're fortunate to be the custodians of Najaf, one of the holiest cities in the world, and the resting place of Imam Ali. In recent years, during the struggles of Timur, the Jalayirids and the Qoyunlu, the city and its shrines have become somewhat neglected. It's our duty to rectify this situation. Is it? Is it? I don't know. Would this be our duty? What would he think? Is that his duty? Martial educator? He's more like a pragmatic guy, but probably Najaf is very important and we've got the money. So we would definitely do that. Like, without indulging in extravagance. No, we must do our utmost to embellish Najaf and its shrines, especially when we really have the money. We'll do that. So this is transferring to Persia. And in Persia we earn 20. We earn 19 now. But Basra is really... I mean, it should be our trade node, right? We are like up to the top here. We should maybe collect from trade here instead. We'll see how this plays out. We earn 0 here. That can't be right, right? We earn 437, which is more than we transfer. And so this would be a good decision, probably. Also, we can stay with maximize profit then. Hostile trading? No. Establish communities. We're not that interested in that. So that's what we have here. And ooh, we've got Baghdad. Yeah, still Baghdad. Institution spread is going on there. And a lot of prosperity. As you can see, the global trade is already coming in while the printing press didn't start even. It's crazy sometimes. We should probably further our... yeah, and also now we're not a sinner anymore. Like, our previous Shahanshah was a sinner. And maybe he's more pragmatic. He would also build mosques in Shiraz, maybe. Or he would, in other news, probably build some more ships, which is something he would really like to do. On the other hand, like he's relatively good at calculating things, and his Khanum is also good at administration. So one could say that these bargains, basically... Yeah, first we'll spend the 50 points for seizing clerical holdings, because that makes everything so cheap. We can build some more buildings. And the mosques here really in Shiraz, they make sense. Like, we want to always save up for like 460 or something. And then... when we have the 460, we'll spend on another thing. We just want to have this bank sitting there that we can really do something. So if we don't root out corruption like this, okay, 299. It's enough. It's enough. We could. Let's see, what could we do? We could bring the army maintenance down a bit. Would that even change? Not really, no. What's going on there? Doesn't change anything. Well, okay. So we could... State firearm regiments would probably be something he would like, but we don't need them at the moment. And he's probably preparing to give this land over to his son too. Lüneburg has growing perfume industry. I mean, after this big war he had, he's probably satisfied with his military accomplishments and also training and drilling the army we have, which is of course seen as very important. Now, could probably mothball this too in peace times. It should be okay. I don't want that. Maybe we want to build... Yeah, we're building a fortress here, a castle. That's going to be good. And we also wanted to build a castle here, or even here, in Bandar-Langay. Or, and first take these provinces. They're allied with Qoyunlu. Qoyunlu is allied with the Ottomans and the Timurids. Yeah, that would be the other option, to take this land and then build like a fortress in Fasa, for example. We have one in Abaruk. That one in Abaruk is pretty good. But it's not like... We would rather have this in Isfahan, so we can really destroy that castle in Abaruk. We don't need it that much. We'd rather go and have one here in Fasa. That's just a great spot to have such a fortress. Also, it's in the mountains, and we could concentrate a little bit of development there. We could do that. Oh, Pirbudak gains, the second gains skill. Yeah, we ourselves are leading an army, and we have gained the skill of siege. Currently, we're also waiting for our aggressive expansion to go down a bit, because already our allies are also a little bit, yeah, stressed maybe. Yeah, profiteering in Rafsanjan. The citizens of Rafsanjan have grown tired of the local influence of greedy Omani merchants that they claim are using unfair advantages to outcompete local businesses. They demand that we step in to limit the influence of foreign traders on the area and reaffirm the privileges of our own merchants and artisans. We do not act they might take matters in their own hands. I mean, what will we do? Rafsanjan, where is that even? Is it around this place? Yeah, it's here. It's so autonomous and... Does it have unrest? Not really. Does it have trade power? No. It's all in all a relatively terrible province, but I'd like to have more copper. That's possibly good. Competition is good for everyone. Yeah. We're liberals there. It's not like that we have anything that would force us into one or another direction here. So... What do we have here? Administrative or military technology. But as I said, we want to go for some institutional growth first. Global trade is also coming. Interesting. Rather invest our monies anywhere else, like in the mosques here, or in that desired fortress. And we could really, as a small other war, maybe plan that out. Let's have a look at the military. Oh, and our production research is flawed. What? The new techniques in our production are rumored to be flawed, and several leading nobles argue that we should discard them and go back to the old and tried methods instead. As I said, we're probably a little bit conservative, even if it is a terrible choice. We would say maybe they must be right, but on the other hand, we also have Safidel Wand, who is an innovator, a natural scientist for production, and so she would probably intervene and say, "Hey, yeah, she's a good friend of ours, and yeah, well, let's ignore them. So we'll follow our advisor there, as we have no special counsel there." Friend of our wife, or the old Huma, the old Sultana Huma. So we should look at Qoyunlu. Come on, that's at A, right? So they are in a terrible state. They don't have a good army, and the Timurids also have no good army, and this means we should really position there and definitely go for this. Oh, how shall we do this? We'll up the army maintenance to the maximum. It doesn't make a difference because of drill. Oh, we have a border friction. Rightful provinces are held by other nations, and our government seems to be making no effort to recover them. Well, it must now, right? What use are they anyway, proclaims the broadsheet. Widespread dissatisfaction with our failure to recover our claimed provinces is sweeping a nation. And perhaps a policy change is in order here. So it's even our people are telling us we must do this. And so we'll do this, right? It's a good choice. Move there. That should be enough. And we'll move that Persian army here to Oltu. And that Persian army will move over here to Mosul. And then while doing that, let's man all the forts. We also have our war chest relatively good filled. Oh no! The Ardabil. Oh! Everything is happening at once now. So, truce with Multan has ended. Ardabil, our royal marriage, has ended. And Hassan Ali Muhammad, controversial protectionist. He is here. Hassan Ali Muhammad, that's our trader. He is a Shiite, Azerbaijani trader. Since Hassan Ali Muhammad started providing advice for the trade developments in Persia, internal trade has been strengthened at the cost of curtailed imports and increased state regulation. But the decisions to improve infrastructure have been appreciated. Recent suggestions have caused many influential people to question their philosophy. They argue that the Shahanshah is taking Hassan Ali Muhammad's advice too readily and that we should look for mutually beneficial deals with other nations rather than seeking to dominate every area of trade. No, that has helped us so far. And it will help us again. It has to help us again. It's just the good way. The good way. We're a little bit nationalist, probably. At that age, it's a natural feeling. We're proud of our country. Proud of our people. And proud to spread it over the world. Will that recover? Soon. Now, once we're in position here, maybe you should move in here. We'll figure something out, right? From Persia in Hasa. Okay, well, we're also building a spy network in Hasa. Qoyunlu, but we really want the Timurids. Ardabil Shervan would be on board. Qoyunlu would be on board. We really... what would we do first? What would be a good choice? Dashistan. Or that one here. Siraf or Faza. Probably we'll run in here and then... I mean, from Farsa or Dashistan, we can go further. Should really run to Farsa first, and we'll do that. Let's confirm that little war. We can already move in against the Timurids. Here against Qoyunlu, we'll wait a bit. When they're showing, we want the full force to be assembled there. They're moving to Bandar-Langay. And this means we're letting some siege here. We can move here. We can also move around there. Well, we'll move to Siraf. Be a good choice. And here. The army of Urfa is moving to Mardin. Can we move there too? We could move there with Shakoli Fatemi, but he's not really a good guy for this. Pir Budak II isn't here. Here's Al-Ayar. Well, Pir Budak is going for probably the most important battle in this war. And Shakoli Fatemi will go and siege things. That's what he does, right? He'll go to Trebizond and siege that thing. I'm just hoping we can do this. It's a very risky decision. Pir Budak. Oh, I mean, they're terrible. They have terrible roles here. Growth of the business of dates. Our efforts to maximize trading profits in the area of Basra has borne fruit in the province of Samawat. Yeah, the fruit of dates. Entrepreneurs have managed to greatly increase the output of dates and have found new markets. Our capital for the processed goods. And a royal influence we have. We should really flee here already. I mean, that's really terrible. Look at that. That's... we should go back. With the marriage between Pir Budak II and his wife Gulfem, people of Persia are experiencing an increased fondness for all things Ottoman. While some cultural exchange was to be expected, particularly considering the popularity of the Khanum, it is with alarm that our administrative advisor Safi Dawan reports that a religious shift has been taking place in one of our provinces. It would seem that the influence of our Ottoman Khanum trickles down even into our subjects' way of worship, as the words of the Sunni believers have converted a surprising amount of people. Confronted about it, Gulfem shrugs, arguing that she has long since converted to the Shia faith. The Shahanshah should know that. I had nothing to do with that, she pleads. Well, yeah, we'll believe our wife. So be it. And still try to convert. Ooh. Well, this is a terrible war. Terrible thing we're doing here. Look at that. At least they've lost a lot of cavalry. And we should probably... Ah, no, we cannot. Well then, this will be terrible then. But we've gained a little bit again. Thankfully, and Iran's arriving in Mosul, and in Mosul we have defensive bonuses, which will make things a lot better. We'll see how it goes in the next episode. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. May Persia beat Qoyunlu, which has probably the much higher military tech, yes.